What's up everybody, welcome to the video. If you hadn't guessed it, today we're printing Pokemon stuff. Well, we're not printing them, I've already printed them, but we're going to have a look at them and see what they're like, see whether you can print them as well, see whether they're actually worth doing. So let's jump into the video and let's have a look. So this is a fully printable Pokeball set, which is V3, and it's by RC3D. So this particular one is printed on the A1 Mini, so it took about 4.7 hours it says, so roughly 5 hours. But this is it here. So you have your Pokeball like this, and then you can actually open it up and have stuff inside. So as you can see there, it goes all the way around, and you just use some filament to connect that back bit up when you're putting it together. And then obviously it's just some glue on the front to stick this on. And the inside just sticks in the little holes just for the different colors. So you could also do like an Ultra Ball, so you could have like blue and black, red, white, yellow, whatever colors you want, and put them on there, and then that'll be your Pokeball. So yeah, that's the Pokeball. Up next we have the articulated Onyx from Body 3D. Now this was printed again on the A1 Mini, and it was printed like in a circle to fit it on the bed, but that's it, quite nice. If I remember, it was about 3 or 4 hours to print it, so it's not too time consuming really. Just set it off and then it prints it all out, and it's really nicely connected together, and a really nice articulated toy there. So yeah, nice little Pokemon one, and it's just quite good. So I use the AMS. So I have grey, white and black, so it took slightly longer, but you can print this with just your single one as well, and then just sort of paint these eyes in white with Tip-X or white marker, put a black pen as well, so you can do it that way. So AMS or non-AMS, still good print. So on this topic of articulated ones, I did an articulated Gyarados as well. So I did this in a silk, which hasn't really come out the best, to be fair. A little bit of sort of warping and stuff on the top, but it still looks quite nice, really nice colour. Articulation works really nice. It was about 1.5 to 2 hours, I think, to print, so it's not too bad really. But yeah, it comes out already articulated, and I think if it was done in proper PLA rather than silk PLA, probably come out a bit better. But this was printed a long time ago, but still looks quite nice, and still quite nice articulated toy. Can you hear that? That's a bunch of Gengars trying to escape. So I think this was about 1.7 hours, but it was like a bed full of these little bad boys. So that's him there, a little Gengar. And again, it was printed with the silk, so it's not the best with it being intricate detail, and use like just the generic settings. But I think if I was to print it again, especially in the silk, I'd probably use like a smaller nozzle size so I can get better detail. But I still think they're quite cute, little Gengars. Yeah, nice little print. So if you've got some like remaining filament or whatever and you want to print something small, give it a shot. Another small thing is this Pikachu keyring from HS3D. Oh, look at the little Pikachu. So it's black on the back, and obviously you've got your filament there. So you have your yellow, red, black and white, and it comes with a little hole so you put your keyring in, so you can put it on your keys. The same again with it being multicolored. I just did a whole bed of them just so they're all sort of done. And when you are shooting with multicolor on your printer, it's best to do a bed full of them, because how long it takes for one is going to be the same for the other, because it'll just do that same color and color change. So if you print multicolor stuff like this, it's best to fill the bed with as many copies as you can. So that's one little hint in there. But yeah, that's the little Pikachu keyring. I love me some retro gaming, and the Game Boy was an absolute classic back in the day. Now this is something that has been created to hold your Pokemon cards. This was by Phoenix 3D Models, and basically what it is you have your Game Boy and you can open it up. It's stuck with magnets together. You put your Pokemon cards in there, put the magnets back on and seal them shut. So for example, I can get them and put some cards in, just like so, and then you get the lid, put that on, you can shake them about, then the cards are not going to escape out, especially with being magnets as well, so you can sort of chuck it upside down a bit, not going to come out. So it's really good for that. So yeah, if you've got some specific cards that you want to keep, so I can't remember how many it holds, but if you've got a smaller amount and you want to keep them in a special place, then one of these is good. I printed 2 because I love them. Another keychain for the video, and this is a Pokeball keychain. So this is on Maker World, and it takes about an hour and a half to do it because you have to print it off in different sections and then stick it all together. But you can always just put it together rather than stick it. So that's how they are done, like so. So you have little connections here, and that's how they connect up. Now, the thing that I found, as you can see there, the fronts come off. They do slot in together, and they do sort of stay together as such when you were holding it. But if this was to drop on the floor, everything will come apart. So I would say with this one, if you are going to do it and use it as a keychain, then you need to glue it so everything's stuck together. So if it does take a fall, you're fine. But yes, that is the Pokeball keychain, looking magnificent. Next, it's time to get dark and moody. That's why the lights have gone off. And it's this. Doesn't seem very dark and moody. It's not at all. It's a light. I just turned off the light so you can see this bit better. So this is filled with LEDs on the inside. It's connected to USB. Got my trusty Euro Car Parts power bank so I can power it. So again, you can just turn it on like so. And that's fantastic. And then you can just sort of put it on your wall if you want. I'll just put it there for the minute. Looks all right. I think I was going to put it down here somewhere, but I think I'm going to go for a different one. But yeah, that's the Pokemon LED lamp. And then it just comes in 2 pieces. So you have your base where you put your LED. Not the best quality LED fitting, but this is one of the first ones I did. Then you have your plate on there as well. So you can just put that on, clip it into place, and you're good to go. So should the LEDs break for whatever reason, then you have this ready to take apart, change your LEDs, put some new ones in. So that one's really good. And again, this is printed on the A1 Mini, so if you have a bigger printer, you can print this much bigger. This particular one is from Dylan's Lights boxes, and this took about 2.5 hours to print, I believe. So yeah, really good. So for the last 2, I've come for a bit of a nail down because I need to use the table. And this one here, this is by Hollow Maker, and this is a Pokemon card holder. So very similar to the Game Boy one, where you put your Pokemon cards in and get them out and mess around. So again, you have your little tray, you have a stack of Pokemon cards, put them in, close it up, and you're good to go. So you can carry these around, and yeah, that's basically it. So if you're in the lookout for a little Pokemon sort of caddy to hold your cards, then this may be the one for you. So it has a little clasp, open it up, get your cards in there. Last but not least, we have this bad boy. This is by Designs by Markham, and it'll take about 10 hours to print. Might seem a long time, but it's nice. So obviously this is it here. You have the sides like that. You have the back, other sides, and then you have the front. This is an interesting design, so I'll just show you. So on the inside, there is a little sort of lever which goes from side to side, and when the tray is put in like that, it follows the groove, so you can lock it and unlock it, and it's just done with that. So as you can see, you have your tray and you push that in. Once you push your tray in, that locks it. Push it again, and as you can see, it'll come out a bit, and that unlocks it. Now, I did have a bit of an issue with mine. This was sort of one of the first 3D prints that I started to print, and as you can see there, I had to sand the top down because the top was actually too big to fit in here for some reason, so I don't know what that issue was. This white part on the front, you could probably do with gluing that in as well, because sometimes that gets a bit loose, but that's it there. Yeah, so I have your front door here, you have this bit here, and that just slides in, and that's the nice thing about it, like, you need to glue some bits, but then some bits doesn't need to be glued because it's a nice fit, and it'll hold all your Pokemon cards, just like so, and keep them stored away. So that's the Pokemon card holder. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know in the comments, and let me know what your favourite Pokemon thing was that I printed in this video as well. If you want to see more Pokemon stuff on the channel, let me know as well, I'll do that. I've got a whole range of different stuff that I printed off and that I want to print as well, just to feature on the channel, so it should be interesting. But yeah, until next time, see ya.